It was supposed to be a normal Friday night. 16-year-old Elijah Cole had just left the city library downtown, backpack slung over one shoulder, earbuds in, hoodie up. He wasn't a troublemaker. If anything, Elijah was the type of kid teachers wish they had more of: quiet, respectful, sharp. He read James Baldwin while his classmates scrolled through TikTok. But none of that mattered tonight. The sky was bleeding orange as dusk settled over Halston, a mid-sized southern city with secrets as old as its magnolia trees. Elijah cut through the back alleys near 5th and Oak, a shortcut to the train station he'd taken dozens of times. Streetlights flickered on, casting long shadows across chain-link fences and brick walls coated in graffiti. He was texting his mom when the patrol car pulled up. Officer Rick Danner had been patrolling the area for over a decade. A veteran on the force, he carried the hardened cynicism of someone who'd seen too much and learned too little. Danner was from the old guard, one of those cops who believed fear kept order better than respect. "Hey, you. Hands where I can see 'em." Elijah looked up, startled. He pulled his earbuds out. "I said hands up. I'm just walking home, sir. I live over on Washington Avenue." But Danner wasn't listening. He saw a black teen in a hoodie cutting through alleyways. That was enough. He jumped out of the cruiser. "Get on the ground. Now." "I didn't do anything." Elijah backed up, alarmed. Within seconds, Danner had grabbed him by the hoodie, slammed him against the brick wall, and wrapped one arm around his neck. Elijah gasped, eyes wide with panic. His phone clattered to the pavement, screen cracked. A text remained half-sent. "Almost home, Mom." "Stop resisting." Danner barked, though Elijah had gone limp, his backpack sliding off one shoulder. Passers-by screamed. Someone pulled out their phone. "Let him go. He can't breathe." The video hit Twitter by midnight. By morning, it had 2 million views. #Justice for Elijah began trending globally. Footage showed Danner's arm tight around Elijah's throat, the boy's feet dangling inches off the ground. He looked small, helpless. And then came the twist. In the midst of the chaos, someone recognized Elijah. His face had been in campaign ads last year. That quiet, respectful boy being choked in the alley? He was the only son of Halston's newly elected mayor, Elijah Cole. The same Elijah Cole who had run on a platform of police reform and accountability. The public outcry exploded. By noon, reporters crowded the mayor's home. Protesters gathered outside the police precinct. Danner had been placed on paid leave, but the city wanted blood. Mayor Cole stood at the podium that evening, composure sharp as glass. "What happened to my son is what happens to thousands of black boys in this country. The only difference is, this time, you know his name." Danner had lied in his report. He claimed Elijah matched a robbery suspect's description. He said the teen resisted arrest. But the footage told a different story. And so did the dispatcher logs. No robbery. No suspect. Just a boy with a backpack and a library receipt. Internal Affairs began digging. They found more. Other complaints. Civilian reports that had been swept under the rug. Excessive force. Racial profiling. Suppressed body cam footage. Danner had always gotten away with it. Until now. Elijah was released from the hospital 3 days later. Bruised. Quiet. But alive. He wouldn't speak to reporters. Wouldn't look at the footage. But he wrote. Pages and pages. Late into the night. He wrote about what it felt like to be invisible. To be feared before you were seen. To have your life almost erased by a stranger's suspicion. His mother read every word. And then she read it into the record during the next city council meeting. It wasn't just a plea. It was a manifesto. Danner was charged with aggravated assault and misconduct in office. It was the first time in Halston's history that a cop would be tried for assaulting a civilian. The courtroom was packed. Elijah sat quietly beside his mother. Taller now. Stoic. Danner refused to look at him. The defense tried to paint him as a stressed veteran. A good cop under pressure. The prosecution showed the video. Frame by frame. Elijah's voice cracked only once, when asked what he thought was going to happen in that alley. "I thought I was going to die. And he didn't even know my name." Guilty. Cheers erupted outside the courthouse. Protesters wept. For once, justice didn't just knock, it broke down the door. Elijah walked out with his mother, hand in hand. Cameras flashed. The world watched. But Elijah didn't smile. "It shouldn't have taken me being the mayor's son to matter," he told a reporter later. "That's not justice. That's luck." Danner was sentenced to 6 years. Not long enough for some. Too long, said others. But Elijah? He found purpose. He started a foundation with his mom, the Cole Project, focused on police reform, youth education, legal training in schools. He spoke at conferences, wrote op-eds, spoke to other boys who looked like him. And every time he stepped on stage, he wore the same thing, the cracked library card from that night, laminated and worn like armor. Because stories like his weren't supposed to be told. But now he tells them. So no other boy gets choked before he gets seen. Elijah Cole survived a system that was never built to protect him. But he did more than survive. He forced that system to face itself. This isn't just a story about one boy or one cop. It's about the cracks in our justice system and the strength of those who refuse to fall through them. For every Elijah, there are 1,000 whose names we never learn. Let's change that. Subscribe to Black Verdict to hear more untold stories where justice is demanded, not delayed. Thumbs up, like, share, and comment below. Do you believe true justice is possible in today's system? Loudspeaker, use your voice. Support reform. Demand accountability.